Welcome to Still Talking Uncut. I'm your host, Big Easy from Philbilly Moonshine. I'm joined by my co-host, Master Distiller Sean Rigsby. Got the new title up on the screen, I see. And we got a special guest. And it's not who we had planned. You know, sometimes you got to roll with your second choice, but you got to do what you got to do. You know, but no, we who we was going to have on couldn't make it, so we're grateful enough that old Moonshiner Sasquatch here was willing to step up and fill our slot. And, you know, filling slots is a favorite pastime of mine. So
taking one for the team.
So
it's a hobby.
Joined by our boy Judd, old TikTok Moonshiner Sasquatch. Honored to have you here, man. Grateful you could be here. So, any other face other than Sean's, I don't have to look at them. I'm a lot happier. So,
Post-it notes, brother. Post-it notes.
Oh, don't worry. It was already up. I only use this laptop for this, so I never take it off Sean's square. It's just there forever. I glued it on.
That's smart.
That's what duct tape's for, boys.
Right. Can't fix it with duct tape. Can't be fixed.
That's right. Duct
Can't
tape
fix
and
it
a
with
hammer.
duct tape. Fuck it. That's right.
That's right. Can't duct it. Fuck it. Well, you know, here on Still Talking Uncut, we like to start our podcast with what you're drinking on. So, let the guest of honor go first. What you got over there?
That's right.
Squatch.
Looks like he's got a liquor lamp back there. Is what it looks like.
Today I am drinking on some Avion tequila with a little bit of orange juice. Makes me feel good in the evening. Shit's actually really good, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
What is that?
Not a big tequila fan, but Avion, I'd drink it over Patron any day.
I haven't got to try Avion. I'm not a big Patron fan. I think Patron it's too mass produced tasting. Yeah, it's clean. It's got that rubbing alcohol flavor to it too much for me, man. And I drink Don Julio over Patron, me personally. I got El Toro down the road, man, and I've drank a lot of tequilas down there.
I'll tell you what, man. Prohibition and Shua make a monster fucking tequila, bro.
Yeah, I think I got. No, I didn't get a tequila from either one of them.
I'm telling you,
either.
Best I've ever drank.
No shit.
No shit. And it was. I when he said it was 100 proof. When I drank it, it was like drinking a cup of water with a little bit of tequila flavor at the end.
How many times was it distilled?
Send me a jar.
Right. I keep telling you, I still ain't got one.
I'll pay shipping.
How many times distilled was it?
He didn't say. I didn't ask. Better yet.
Yeah.
You know, when somebody hands you something you enjoy, you don't ask questions. You're just like,
no,
yeah.
Just where can I get some more of that?
Yeah,
that's right.
I got to try to not go through this so fast.
Right?
Yeah. You'll have that problem.
So what was the other thing you held up there?
Oh, that's my cup.
Okay.
Does that say Lincoln? I can't tell.
Yeah, Lincoln Electric. Looks like a welding rod cup.
Yep.
That's what I was walking around with that 125 in.
The 125 kept you going at the jam.
Yes, sir.
Like gasoline. Speaking of the 120, well, what was the grain bill of that?
Bloody Butcher with malted caramel and malted chocolate barley with a gallon of honey.
Hold on, what are we talking about here? What was in your glass at the jam?
Yeah.
The 125.
Okay.
125. The clear.
At the swimming pool?
Yeah, just it's a blur, man. I remember that part a little bit.
Too.
That was the evening before, and so in case anybody's wondering, we all met up at the jam. We all stayed in the same hotel. So Friday night we sat around the pool and drank, and then Saturday night we got pizzas and drank. So, it was a good time.
That's what we did.
Yeah, then me and you went and partied with, well, not partied, but we hung out with North Georgia. It was Saturday night, yeah.
it got rained on, and then went back, and then we hung out with Bennett. So good
I'd have
time.
went, but I'm way older than you guys. It's like
Speaking of, go ahead. Speaking of Bennett, so he gave me a few things that weekend, and
Herpes.
will he get? Huh?
What?
Fuck you, man.
Just, my bad, man. That's my bad. I couldn't help myself. It had been 5 minutes. So I didn't really give Sean a lot of shit, so
right.
I had to load up hard on that one. My bad.
Happens.
Yeah, don't worry, it's coming. But anyway,
So
he gave me a few. He gave me a few jars, and I said, "Man, you give me pineapple?" He goes, "No." I think I'm like, dude, I'm telling you. He goes, "Peach." I said, "No, I'm this pineapple."
Tears over here. Oh, is that the Jerry jar?
This is the Jerry jar.
Yeah, it's the Jerry jar. In case you're listening, Benny, you finally found the Jerry jar.
Oh yeah, and it's dude, I'm telling you what, it's good.
I know you didn't have that old Tuck and Reds for me to try. You're hoarding that one, I see.
Well, you know, it's probably sitting next to that fucking vodka that you got over there.
It probably
fucking
is.
Piece of shit.
I'll pull that vodka out, man. Don't make me.
You want me to show you how to drink it?
I'll share it with Judd.
This is good. I'm about to give Jerry a call tomorrow.
I bet old Bennett would enjoy to try that jar.
Yeah, well, he'll have to wait.
You got some Philbilly Smurfberry over there?
Yeah, it's pretty tasty shit, man.
Yeah, I like the mead. The mead was real tasty.
Bam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't had any of that yet. I mean, I've sipped on it, or I've tasted it, but I haven't actually drank any of it yet.
Same. I have, and the mead. I really think I want to chill that.
Oh yeah, I liked it better. It's definitely better cold.
Yeah.
I like everything better cold. So.
If it's flavored, I like it cold. If it's clear, I like it warm.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I
if
guess
it's wood, it's trash.
Open up the flavors more, wouldn't it?
I mean, I don't know. I like what I like.
Is that your expert analysis?
Herpes, motherfucker.
No, what I'm saying.
So no Bush Light apples. Oh, not seeing no Bush Light apples tonight.
Nah.
No, they're running low.
Yeah, I heard it was limited and they weren't making any more. I'm sure it's seasonal. They'll probably bring it back next season.
Well, they said this is the last year for it.
They always say that. That way, when they bring it back next year, everybody will, salivate over it and they'll buy them all up like they did. So
it's like the McRib.
Yep. I mean, which I'm one of them to where's the McRib at? Like, let me get on with it. So.
Yep.
Okay, so I know you guys are both on TikTok. Have you seen the any light beer with Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Have you tried it? Either one of you?
No.
No.
That's gotta be you. I don't drink Mountain Dew, and Sean does.
I was like,
I think Sean, try the Mountain Dew with the Busch Light apple. There you go. I just made Sean's next video for him. He won't make it, but
I mean, I can get up and go do it right now if you want.
I bet you that Busch Light apple with that sour apple Mountain Dew would be really good.
I bet it would.
I don't know if I'd want to waste a good Busch Light apple for that. I mean, to be honest
try
with
just
you.
go with the regular Busch Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to waste the good stuff, especially when it's limited. So when I was at the jam, Wayland, Moonshine Way, he gave me a jar of liquor. It's 4th gen wheat corn, sour mash. And, I told him I'd try it and let him know what I think. And I tried it before. And
what do you think?
It's clean. He's like, man, you better not say it's clean. It's clean, man. It's clean.
What a bitch.
Clean. I'm such a dick. I love you, Waylon. Old Moonshine Way from TikTok. Go check him out. I like wheat. I like the dryness of it. So I really like that sour you get with this, and dry on the back end. It's definitely something that up my alley. So
I couldn't tell. Was that clear or was that aged?
it's clear.
That's clear. Okay.
Hey, you see how clean it is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
So I was on TikTok talking to a few guys, and we're laughing about the clean thing, and it's like I'm like that's going to be the running joke. It's going to be the running joke for a while that everybody's going to, even when it's real good, they're just going to be like, this is clean. And you're going to, if and you're going to laugh. And good time be had by all. So
Yep.
When we were standing around, anytime a jar would come out, I'd listen to what you two said first.
when you're around people
That's clean, man.
with palates as similar as yours,
It helps.
It does. You're like, all right, I'm not taking a big drink. I can't help myself, man. I'm tipping it up and getting a mouthful, and that's just the way it is. So, but nonetheless. Well, Moonshine or Squatch, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you been shining? What got you started?
Well, I've been messing around with it for about 6 years now. Always been interested in it. Always heard stories from when I was growing up, one side of the family was legging it and the other side of the family was making it, and never could get particulars out of anybody because, of course, that's illegal and nobody wants to go to jail.
Yeah.
But, growing up and always interested me, always something that I wanted to get into. And then I finally moved and got me in my own place and was able to do a little something without having neighbors sitting on top of you. You know what I mean? And I just fell in love with it, man. It consumes you, really. It really does.
Quick.
And, it's an addiction.
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, yeah. I got enough problems. But, I really, really enjoy it. And I started out, like everybody does with the little pressure cooker, and then moved to a 10-gallon onion top, all copper rig with, and then I got me a little 2-gallon thumper to add to it. And the taste of copper when liquor comes from copper as opposed to stainless is just night and day, man.
It is night and day. I've done runs myself. Yes. I've done runs myself, and it's like, man, I had to run this on stainless because it's what it was available. Yeah, it's what I could fill at the time, but it's like it's just not the same. And the average person can't tell, but you know. Yeah. So what was the first thing you ever made? Well, what was your, you got your
corn liquor,
just straight corn sugar, Uncle Jesse style? Or did you do any converting of that corn?
No, I bumped it with sugar the first time because, of course, you're wanting to get alcohol out of it.
Oh yeah.
And I used chicken feed corn, and it straight up tastes like barnyard. Yep. And I was like, man, there's got to be a different way. So I started doing a little research, and I started using heirloom corns. So no GMOs, there's no chemicals, no pesticides, none of that crap.
So where do you get your grains from? Your heirloom grains?
Dancing Star Farms in PA.
Oh, Robert McDonald. Yep.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
I'll let everybody know, man. You call old McDonald out there, Dancing Stars.
He's got a farm.
He's got the grain, man. That's the man. Like, that's where I get my bloody butcher and orange corn and white corn, and if he ain't got it, I'm sure he could point you in the right direction. And dude's prices are right, and he'll ship it right to your door, whole or cracked, and you can't beat it.
Right.
Or ground up real fine too.
Oh yeah.
I just need a guy like him that sells me fruit.
Right. That'd be nice. But until I found him, I started playing around. Cherries came in season. It was real cheap, and then had to do peach and had to do strawberry. And I'll tell you what, I prefer the grain over fruit.
No shit.
I really do.
What's the what makes you like the grain over the fruit?
I'm not. When you do grain, what it's going to taste like.
Hmm?
You know what I'm saying? With fruit, you're guessing.
Yeah, something small can change your outcome every time.
Oh man, one seed in there make the whole batch taste like butthole. Yeah, no.
Makes
I like to be sure of what I'm doing. But I still mess with peach. Any chance I get some peaches, I'll make some peach brandy.
Like some good peach brandy.
So you didn't get, I guess, through all the stills that you had.
Say again.
What you were running. So what
Yeah.
I guess what are you running now?
Right now, I've that corn that the Bloody Butcher. I'm running that. I got a barrel of that out there and some rum. I got me 10 gallons of molasses, blackstrap molasses.
So after you went from the pressure cooker, you got that. You said that 10-gallon onion top still.
Yes, sir.
And you still have. I'm sure you still have. I look forward to seeing that. I think those onion tops are beautiful.
Oh yeah, it'll go no.
Did you move up? What did you move up to something after that? You ever run cake still, or was it just that onion top, and then all of a sudden, I went ahead and got me a decent one from a.
All of a sudden, bam! Copper Still Company, man.
Adam at Copper Still. I knew he was going to come up, man. Adam at Copper Still Co. Like I said it on the last episode, man. He's the next. If
Bro,
I'll tell you, he's the next.
I'd been talking to Prohibition, and I was 100% going with North Georgia Steel Company. 100% going with them. And I hadn't even talked to him yet, but I knew that's who I was going to have build my shit.
Yeah, I mean, you see what they've done. You know, many very satisfied people. It's good. They got good word of mouth, and it's.
And their stuff's beautiful.
Stuff's
beautiful.
Works of art. Like every bell and whistle you could think of, and it is definitely like a new age Cadillac. Instead of I'm more of an old Model T type of person. I like it old, clean, but that's just my preference.
I'm a rusty pickup guy, but whatever. But yeah, I was on TikTok, man. I seen Adam had posted one with his with the bourbon ball, the one that Phil Billy got.
Yeah.
But this was long before Phil Billy ever ordered his and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I seen him. He done a video of one of those, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is the dude that's going to build my still." I messaged him on TikTok, and by the end of the day, we were having a video conference, and I was telling him how I wanted my still and what all I wanted, and how and he ran through it all. And bro, I'm telling you, 4 weeks later, still was in my driveway.
Oh yeah, like
dude,
Adam don't mess around, man.
Hook, bro.
I tell you, he's been going live a lot more.
I was watching him
TikTok
earlier today,
and just watching him work, man. It's amazing. It's beautiful, and dude, if that was my still, I would be even more excited. Like, man, watching him build this, check that out, and it's just.
And man, 100
stills are just so. Go ahead.
100% tell that he's madly in love with what he does.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yep. I would love to have a 50-gallon from him, just a pot in the arm. That way I could put some jars, hang some jars on it for pictures and shit.
That'd be super cool. So I think I asked him to be on next week. We'll see if he's able to come on or not. And so hopefully he can get on here next week. Because that'd be super cool. I want to get a still builder on here. We've had a lot of shiners, so hopefully we get him on here. I'd like to pick his brains about, like to listen to him talk. I always like to listen to these guys talk.
Yep. I actually reached out to Brian too.
Both of you guys
today.
What's that?
I said I reached out to Brian today, Silcott.
Yeah,
but he never replied back.
Huh. wonder if its internet will handle.
I don't. It's hard telling. Probably not.
Only one way to find out. So
That's
Bro,
right. Hey, Sasquatch! I meant to tell you, you got some shit up there hanging on your wall.
you like that? Okay,
I just wanted to tell you.
Wait, I'm sure everybody sees it. We're on a couple sides of the fence here. So
Same state.
We got the good side and the bad side.
Oh, I'm always on the dark side, boys.
We accept you, man. We accept you.
Right on. I work down at OSU a lot, and I have a Michigan hard hat on my dashboard. I get mad shit.
You'll have that, So,
what size is that? What size is that pot? What size is that pot you ordered?
Mine?
Yeah,
40. We got a 40-gallon pot, 10-gallon thumper, and a 10-gallon coil.
I mean that's perfect for a home distiller, man.
That's a 1 barrel.
Yes, that's about right. You make one run's enough for you to drink on for months and months and months. You get snowed in, you ain't got to venture out and die going to the liquor store, and it's just like, look, man, I'm gonna save myself $300 a year by making me enough to drink on.
100%. Plus, I get to I'll bring enough liquor for everybody at your birthday party.
Yeah, me too.
Any party we go to, ain't got to worry about buying liquor. Gotcha.
I've got open hands.
Yeah,
right.
Sean will be swaying in the wind.
Hell yeah!
You got to bring some Jim Jones, man. That purple stuff I drank Sunday morning at the gym had me right.
Jones will be there, and I will be bringing some of the Green Monster as well.
It's like I talked about it. He was like, "Would you drink the purple Kool-Aid?" And it's like, bro, you had me a drink, man. I just had it here, and dude, you could roofie me. Like, I'm a perfect candidate to be roofied. Date rape, drug, just whatever you want, man. Like, you give it to me, my lady can poison me. No problems. Like, you hand it to me, I'm drinking it. It's kind of like my buddy. I was running one day and I pulled off some heads and it's stanky. And I'm like, hey man, smell this. And he smelled it and he drank it. Wow. And he's like, oh, why didn't you tell? I was like, dude, all I said was smell it, man. We're in the beginning. What the hell are you doing? So I'm one of those dudes, man. You hand it to me, it's going down the hatch. Like, oh, that was antifreeze. Like, well, I guess I'm not.
Kinda more like fingernail polish remover. Yeah.
It's good time. So
there's one in every crowd.
Yeah, there is. It's usually me.
At least we know.
Do you have a story, a famous one of your best drunken stories? You went somewhere and got somebody hammered, or
what's your best moonshine making story? Like, moonshine about killed me, or I got a buddy so drunk that
I got no blueberries and I got no caking and blowing. I've been pretty lucky actually. I've had like one mash explode in the basement when I first started because, of course, I sealed the 5-gallon bucket because I'm a fucking moron. And
been there.
I've done that.
That won't overload and blow.
Yeah.
Bananas on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Right.
I always tell the story. Phil Billy got me one time, man. He sealed the bananas, and we was doing a gallon at a time, and I didn't realize it, and I twisted it trying to let the air out just a little bit, man. And it blew that off air, and it blew all over the face. Like I felt like a prom date. It was terrible. It was sticky and bananas everywhere. And ever since then, I'm like, man, open air fermentations. Don't explode in your face.
Yeah.
And and now I know why the old lady's like, like I get it. I get it.
Don't get that in my hair. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky with it, man. I've almost killed myself doing way other shit, just not with the liquor. Yeah. But it seems like any party I go to, there's always somebody either passed out or thrown up by the time I leave.
It's always a person. I drink moonshine. I drink quarter moonshine at a time all the damn time. I know what real moonshine is.
Right.
And you're like, challenge fucking accepted, buddy. Here you go.
100%. Here's some Kool-Aid that's 90 proof. You won't know it tomorrow.
And they're like, that's like eating candy. Like, it is. Get you another. Get you another. Get you another.
I got more. Keep drinking.
And when you're the person and you're just like, you accept that challenge, you ain't got no problem. Like, I bottomless cup people. I learned it from my mom's husband, her late husband, and you bottomless cup people. You know, you got to drink what they're drinking on, and every time their cup starts to get empty, you just fill it back up. And nobody ever says no when you're filling their cup up. They're like, hell yeah, fill it back up.
Especially shit they're not supposed to have.
Yeah. Right. And like you get the guy and he's like, oh, my wife don't like when I drink moonshine. I'm not allowed to drink moonshine. That's usually the first dude drunk in the back of the minivan.
This ain't moonshine, this is apple pie.
Yeah.
Right. Like you do realize moonshine only means that it didn't come from the liquor store.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is what baffles me about people. I had somebody come over. We was talking about it the other day, and it was like, yeah, I love whiskey, but I can't drink moonshine. What? You love corn liquor, but you can't drink corn liquor.
It's, when it goes in that barrel, man, it changes it and it makes it to where some people can drink it, and it's just that wood for some people, man, and it just makes it a totally different drink for them, and it's no longer hot moonshine.
Drinkable.
It's drinkable now because it's mellow.
Not drinkable.
Yeah, it's not drinkable. Give it to me clear. Give it to me clear.
Yeah.
Done.
Yep. See, I want to taste the character of it. I want to taste what's in it, not what it's covered up by.
100%.
Unless it's a flavor, it's a flavor. But I mean, I get it. People like wood. People like flavors.
Yeah, but if you're doing flavor, man, that should just be a regular silver rum with flavoring in it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
For me to take corn liquor and try to make either that grape or that apple or any of that, it is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to flavor it, why spend the time and money it takes for corn when just make sugar. You a good clean sugar shine?
100%.
Now, what Sean's got a buddy who's having problems running a vodka through a well-used pot, and Sean thinks that it's pulling flavors from past runs through and getting in his vodka and making one of his customers not so happy with it.
So he's used a still. It's a 110-gallon pot, all copper pot, North Georgia. It's actually
beautiful. It's beautiful.
A distillery called Tuckin' Reds in Yellow Springs.
It's in Yellow Springs, Ohio.
And so basically, he's had to distill. He's ran it for 7 years, and he's ran mostly corn, and then he's went to agave.
It's an agave-based tequila, clear tequila.
Yeah. Yep. And then he's running a vodka, but the customer is saying it tastes more like a vodka or more like a tequila.
Yeah, what do they say? It tastes like Tito's. It tastes like Tito's. And he's tried everything to the point where he got with Sean, and a barrel I picked up at the Jam from Shua is now in that distillery with Sean's column, his plate column on it, because they're trying to get that it really clean. And that's exactly what I said. I told Sean, I was like, man, that still that it's seasoned. It's got the flavors in it, and it's too much. And so hopefully once they run through that barrel and in plates, it'll get their customer satisfied. But how it was so cool. Sean called me and he's like, hey man, they're wanting to know if they can borrow your barrel. And I'm like, my barrel in a distillery? Hell yeah. So I immediately hit up Shua, like, taking your barrel to a distillery, Shua. And so, we get there and I pull up with this barrel and I grab it and I go to walk it in. And old Tuck's like, let me carry that in for you. Let me carry that in for you. And I'm like, hell nah, man. I'm carrying this thing in. Like, you feel like the big man on campus walking through the front door of a distillery with a barrel they're going to run liquor through. You're like, nah, bro, I got this. It ain't that heavy. My back will be all right. So get out of my way. So that was on Friday, and that was real cool. And then we hung out and, and tried their alcohols and bought a couple bottles. And so it'll be real cool when they get that thing up and running. I would like to go up there and see it in action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering that, man. If you run like agave and corn like that for a while, would the still pick up the flavors from it and hold on to them?
Yes. I think it does. I mean, it's just,
you know how when you run something and it sits in a pot and you can wash it out and clean it out, if you let it sit in there for a day or two, you still see that line. You know what I mean? Inside the pot. And he's running it 5 times a week at least, and that's a 110-gallon pot.
Yeah, and if he's not like doing massive cleaning runs between, then I consider it just like a cast iron skillet, man. It's going to pick up a season and you run it enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking.
And it's just enough for it to taste like what they're not expecting it to taste like.
And it's not a real big distillery. It's a small distillery. So I think they would be much better suited getting a couple 50-gallon pots and being like, that's a vodka pot, that's a tequila pot, and this big dude's our corn grain pot. And just keeping everything separate. And then you're not worried about carrying over flavors because it's always the same thing. Always the same thing. Because, like, for most people like us, we run the same pot. Doesn't matter what we're running. Brandy, grain. And if you say you run brandy after corn, then your heads and stuff, it's going to have a little bit of corn to it every time. No matter how hard you cleaned it, this or that, it's just what it is. That first smell when you're getting it's going to have a little grain to it. Your heads will be a little grain. Even your first jar or two could still have it in there. And so, if you got big money, then prioritize your stills if you can. Or be like, all right, this is my brandy pot. This is my okay. If you only run kegs, get you a couple different kegs and use one for grain and one for brandy, and it might help you.
With us, it's a little different because we're not pleasing a bunch of people.
Yeah,
that's just it. If we're happy with it, then we're happy with it.
Yeah, you're just pleasing yourself. So
these people are used to Tito's vodka and all that other bullshit. The real. So it's essentially either figure out the problem or source it in.
Yeah. And, I really think switching pots and going to that plate column that's gonna resolve their issues.
Yeah.
Especially to get that deflag rolling.
Yeah.
And I believe Tito's is made with all copper pots.
But it's all But again, that goes to.
But that's all they do is vodka.
Exactly.
And also, ain't that a grain base? Don't they use a grain base?
Yes, corn. Yep.
So it's it's corn distilled over and over and filtered the shit out of, and there you go.
And that's what they did too on that pot that they got. They ran that and they reran that, and he had it coming off at 190 proof.
Yeah, and you can't get past what's in there, man. You just can't get past it. It's just there. I was earlier. I was doing. Had old No Shiner stop by, and he gave me a good tip when it comes to propane tanks. I had 2 tanks, and I froze one of them up. Running it too fast.
Dump some water on it.
Well, he was like, he's like, man, take it and set it on top of your still, and in 10 minutes it's going to be perfectly thawed out and ready to go. And he's like, but don't leave it up there too long because you don't want to get it too hot. and so I did it, and because it happened to me before, and I didn't realize that. And I did the water thing. It takes a little while to thaw that out, and the other one froze up on me too because I hadn't turned it down yet. Yeah, and I pulled that one right off and kicked it right on there, man. So that was a good tip I learned earlier from old Noble Shiner, that if you got 2 tanks and one of them freezes, take the frozen one, set it on top of your rig while it's running, it'll thaw it out real quick. but don't leave it on there too long.
You
Depends on
always learn something from
right?
somebody.
Yes. And
You ain't learning, you're wasting a day.
Yep. And
Yeah.
he does propane, and so it's real cool, that he does that, and it's like, hey, I learned something from this guy that I'd have never known before.
Right.
Knowledge is key, fellas. The more you learn, the better off you can make the shit. Here we go. Better off you can make the situation.
Yeah. I like that one better. I can't see the helmet up there.
There you go. That's what I was going for.
Oh man. So what's your favorite build to run? I know you said you like the grain. You have a certain build that you enjoy over the other? Like, for some people I like wheat. So I like a real heavy wheated shine if I'm drinking grain. So, like what's your favorite build to make for yourself to drink on?
Well, and I just came up with it earlier last year. I'm a big fan of winter wheat.
Man, I like some wheat.
So I done some winter wheat with honey barley and honey, and that shit is good and smooth. That's probably my favorite as of right now.
Nice.
Do you bump with a lot of sugar or no?
Death throats.
Corn sugar.
Okay.
Nice.
Have you ever used that in a brandy?
No.
I don't blame you.
No, it's not a brandy if you use sugar in it.
Yep. Well,
according to the rules laid out by,
the man. But yeah, if you use corn sugar in it, then you're making a mountain brandy because you're introducing that grain sugar. Right. It definitely changes from your fruit, Now, if you got your fruit and if you're bumping with some cane sugar and you got to get that alcohol up to make it worth your time.
Oh, 100%.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've ever tried any brandy without added sugar that I know of.
Well, give it a shot. I was telling Easy at New Straitsville, when you do your peach, do a cold mash in. Don't cook nothing, and put you about a handful to a handful and a half of barley in it.
Mr. Lost over here.
Yes, that's in the bank for next time I do fresh peaches.
That's what Mr. Tickle told me to do, and
I'm definitely trying that.
When you come back and look at it, it'll look like your peaches have been ate and thrown up back into your pot or your bucket. I was like, well, good, because every time I do it, I always have like whole fucking peaches in there.
You don't puree your peaches?
No.
It's time consuming whole peaches and I could see cold as opposed to heating them up because peaches get sour when they get hot.
Yep.
And I'm gonna give that a try with the bananas instead of getting them hot and getting that sour to them. I'm gonna try the cold with that.
Yeah, I mean I've always used warm water, but never boiled it.
And I was thinking about trying that with pears too.
Now, Sean, you said that you never tried 100% fruit. That pear shine that I did was 100% fruit.
Was it?
Yeah, and it's just
okay.
It was all right, and I used a lot of pears. It was like almost 100 pounds of pears for a 30-gallon mash. It's because it was just pears, but they was free. My buddy Phil's buddy had a tree, and he picked them up and was like, "Man, you give me a gallon, I'll give you 100 pounds." Like, dude, let's do it.
I met a guy when let's see, where was that? He was at a class or something. He lived in Ellisville, Mississippi. I went down there. He had a pear tree. It's like, you ever had a pear pie? I've never even heard of a pear pie.
You had me a pie.
Right? So I made a pear pie. That's probably one of the best pies I've ever ate.
Really?
I'd never heard of it either, but there was a pear there, and I really wanted a pie because, I'm fat.
So I got
pie, man.
I got a jar from Red Dog that was on the main show with Josh Owens there for a little bit. And what he does, he makes wine. So what he did was he fermented it off, made his wine, and then when he's done with that, he done a second ferment with the pears, and then he ran it off.
Interesting.
Reuse it,
It's-
kind of grapple
Yeah.
style, Like, oh, I'm gonna get what I want out of this, my wine, and then I'm gonna reuse these and use it again.
Yep.
What a hell of a way to double up off your mash bill, you know? Like, you're paying for it.
Absolutely, and it's mild, you know, but it's there. It's a nice drink, and you know, I mean, I used to reuse my slop, you know, the fruit, and then dump it in the corn next round, and then you kind of have it like a mountain brandy kind of thing.
I think that's the one you had me try Sunday morning in Beattyville, maybe. And one morning, one of those festivals.
Oh no,
you handed me a jar of something from Red Dog, and I was like,
that's probably it.
like, okay, try this. Like, oh, it's 9:30, and I'm still a little woozy from last night, but who am I to say no, man? Pass it over here. Let's get it down the hatch.
Give it a shot. See what happens.
Absolutely.
The only way to get going is to get started. So
Can't start early if you don't
start in the morning.
So, what kind of yeast do you like to use, Squatch?
Oh, I'm a bread yeaster, man.
Yeah, a certain type of bread yeast you prefer one over the other?
Whatever's cheaper.
Yeah.
Flashman's usually, because I get it at Sam's Club. I get them like 4-pound bricks for $8.
Yep. I see it there all the time.
And it works
Hell
good.
yeah.
You both tasted what it does for me.
Hey, man, you can't. I'm a big fan of bread yeast. I'll be the first to admit it. Like, I wasn't beforehand, but I am now, man. That's the way to go.
It works.
So,
Right.
yeah.
And what we use, it works at low temperatures, and it fucking works hard.
Oh yeah.
'Cause, you know, like right now we have an Ohio meeting going on in here. So that's
We understand the cold, my man.
yes, we do. That's one thing. When we was at the jam, man, I tell you, Ohio travels strong no matter what it is. If there's an event, there's probably going to be almost half the people there are going to come from Ohio, no matter what it is.
It was funny, man, when Sheila was like, every fucking person I meet, they're like, oh, I'm from Ohio.
Like, man,
I'm like, hey, man, good liquor comes from Ohio,
we keep
brother.
telling you, good liquor comes from Ohio. Like, we're the part of Appalachia that gets forgotten about.
We know shit.
Yeah. You know, like, you get locked in for 6 months, freezing your ass off. You learn shit.
You gonna pick a thing or two up.
Yeah.
That's right. Hell yeah. So if you had to run a fruit, what would it be?
Peaches.
Okay.
Peaches
Canned or fresh?
Peaches
Fresh.
or cherries.
Yeah.
Fresh. Gotta be fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever ran canned peaches?
Fuck no.
Really?
Won't run canned peaches. Won't run canned corn. Tastes like a can.
I'll run canned peaches
No.
in the wintertime because they're not accessible. But yeah, you're in the fall. It's when you know, summer, you jump on them fresh peaches when they come along.
Oh yeah. Winter times when grain liquor's king.
I still give me canned peaches over grain. It's my palate.
Anytime. Any fruit over any grain.
Really?
Yeah, we got you got some fruit guys over here.
You fruits.
We're bougie. Our palates are bougie.
I was hoping I was going to do fruit on the show, but I got fucked with having to do vodka.
Well, you know, I guess it was good that they wanted something that had no flavor in it, and they gave you vodka so you could win.
Didn't have to try too hard to get a no flavored fucking drink.
That's right.
Can do. I'll just run it real hot and fast.
That's right.
I just won't put jalapenos in it, and I'm golden. So.
Bro, anybody, I've been watching that show for years. Anybody that puts pepper or peppers in their liquor, don't win.
Never.
Yeah.
No. You're dooming yourself. Guaranteed doom right then and there.
Want that, and you're limiting your market. You're limiting who will drink it and who will buy it so much, and it's just
Fuck
not.
that. Him don't like it.
Yeah, 99% of people don't like it, and if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, and that it sure as hell don't make sense. But
Right.
you know, to each their own, man. Go with what you know, and so
Hey, we got to walk through piranha infested waters. Let me shoot myself in the foot.
Yeah.
Well, what was funny about that was before we went to the it was before we went to the little fruit stand or whatever that they didn't show on there.
Yeah.
Tim was like, "Now you want to be careful what you pick because it can, one fruit can completely kind of ruin it. The infusion." And I'm sitting here thinking, and he made a comment when they were talking about him not liking spicy stuff because he overheard Scott talking. And we went out there, and Scott was like, "Oh, I got these. I think it was jalapenos."
It was.
I went in there, and we were talking, and he was starting to cut them up, and I'm like, "I'm playing this shit safe, man." And don't get me wrong, what he made, it was pineapple to the T on the nose, and it tastes like pineapple, but man, you get a little bit of that burn, and I loved it, but they didn't. And Tim said that he didn't like it. So I'm like, I'm over there smashing my berries. Like, yep, I'm playing this shit safe, boys.
Tim always says how he doesn't like spicy. He doesn't like spicy, and I don't want to drink something spicy. Yeah, like I don't want to drink something spicy.
He don't like black pepper. I ain't putting jalapenos in my shit.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yep, but if it was my opinion, his was better than mine because it had flavor to it. I mean, mine did too, but mine had a wheat flavor,
and
just a real light note of berry. That's it.
It came down to the dollars and cents in the end, and
it came down to the fact that Tim Smith cannot stand hot peppers, and dumbass put hot peppers in it.
Well, he can't stand wheat neither, though. He made that apparent.
See, I'd be like if I was a judge, if I ever judge something for you, put a shit ton of wheat in that son of a bitch, and I'm going to pick it. You either hand me a brandy or a heavily wheated, I'll be like, yeah, that's the one right there. That's it. So I gave him a secret out. You want my vote, hand me a brandy, a good brandy, or hand me a...
Boy, it's clean.
Yeah. Give me something a little better and clean.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I bet you I'd clean an infected ear right out.
You will. Clean as a whistle.
That's right.
As a whistle. So,
yeah, if I were to ever get on that champion thing, I would gladly pick Tim.
Yeah.
Yep, that he would be the one. But
who did that? That's who
Richard picked?
went against, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Tim?
I don't know though, man. It'd be him or Digger.
Yeah. I would whoever does what we're making better. Like you do this better than him, then I want to challenge you. And I wouldn't go after set myself up to win by going after the weakling. I want to beat I want to beat the champ. I want to fight Mike Tyson. I might not live to tell about it, but that's who I want. That's who I'm going to challenge. So,
he hits hard.
Yeah,
it only takes once.
you damn right.
In a wheelchair. Even at 60 years old, that man's scary.
Oh, you
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Absolutely.
Seen a lot of interviews with him, though. He seemed to have mellowed out.
Quite the cool cat.
Yeah. But, Father Time will do that to you. So,
right.
So,
well, you've seen a lot of shit.
So, tell us about your nickname, man. How'd you get the Sasquatch nickname?
6'4", 360 pounds, and fuzzy. Came along pretty easy, really.
You're down in, let's see, that part of Ohio, that's known for the grass man, right?
Oh, no, we're Bigfoot.
You're Bigfoot there? Okay.
We just had the Bigfoot festival right here in Logan, right down the road. Last weekend, I think it was.
Nice. I know one county down there is known Bigfoot, but they call it the grass man. You have to search him up. I forget what county it is.
I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think of where it is, too.
I think it's Pike County. I could be wrong.
It might be Pike County.
Let me. I'm on the internet.
There's a lot of things in Pike County that's been happening.
South down 23.
That's right. When I go down home, I take 56 to 23 all the way down to Paintsville, Kentucky. You're right through there.
Right on.
Yeah.
Oh, Perry County, the Grassman of Perry County.
Oh, that's
East
Straitsville.
of here.
Yeah. Okay. I knew it was one of them.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, the Grassman. So
that's about 20 minutes away from here.
Okay. So I'm hoping to come up and see you Labor Day weekend. That'd be real nice. Maybe show us some beautiful secret spots in Hocking Hills. That'd be real cool.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I grew up in the south end of Columbus, but this is where even when we done senior, or not necessarily senior, just any hook day, come out here and run around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. There's all kinds of different like caves and caverns.
It's beautiful. I mean, I'll go to the mouth of a cave, but that's about it.
The big old spotlight.
No, I don't get that far in. I don't need a spotlight. My spotlight is the sunlight on the ground. Like
when the sunlight runs out, he runs out.
Yeah, like once you reach the shadow part, a Big Easy don't go there. So,
did you guys see the Moonshiners? It was a couple years ago when Jeff and Mark, they went down in a cave, and the
methane.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
ran cave. Out of air.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't feel so well, and he's like, I'm gonna go up there and get that liquor, and I'm like, I was sitting there thinking like that wouldn't have happened to me because I'd never made it past where the sun stopped. Like,
right.
I'm good. Let me know how it is down there. I'll send you something down on a rope. I don't put myself in places I can get stuck. I won't even get in the back of a 2-door car because I just can't do it, man. Like I want to get the back window out to get out. I can't do it. Like
right.
My
too
big
big
ass
for
on
small
the back
spaces, man.
You know, like when you're a big dude, man, you don't do small places, man. I don't want to be stuck. Like can't do it, man. Like I struggle to sleep in tent because I'm like it's too close and I feel enclosed.
Gotta get a bigger one.
That's exactly what it did. Like, yeah, I got to get one the size of a house. It takes 4 people to set up.
Men sleepers.
Yeah, and then even then, I'm like, look, babe, you got to sleep outside. There's not enough room in here. You got to stretch
holler
out.
If you need anything.
Yeah, holler if you need anything. If there's a bear, just lead him away. Lead him away.
That's one thing we really don't have to worry so much about up here.
Shit that can kill you?
Where we're at.
I was going to say, I've seen a few here.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, nothing here is really good. You ain't worry about nothing killing you where I'm at, except maybe a meth head.
I mean, we have a few snakes, but not.
I would much rather deal with a bear than a meth head, honestly, you know.
I seen a bear on 33, and I seen one probably 500-600 yards from the house here. But only once. But we do have copperheads and timber rattlers around here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I know there's a place up here. What do they call that? It's out there on 68 where they say there's some rattlers. And they found one back in 2013 out here on Twitchell Road in someone's garage. A rattler.
Well, you know they're protected, right?
Yeah, but that's why nobody would know if I found one.
Right.
Get it gone, huh? Get it gone.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm saying that.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Copperheads both. You're not allowed to kill them.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Not allowed to do a whole lot of things, but, you know.
Kind of what I was getting at, too.
But man, this was a good time, man. I appreciate you coming on, Jetta, helping us out, hopping in. You know, old Jed's got something big coming up in the future. We won't ruin the surprise. So, but once it comes out, we're gonna have old Sasquatch back on, and talk about some experiences. And by then, I will have maybe went down and spent a weekend in Hocking Hills with him, and have some more shit to talk about, and talk about how I drank that Kool-Aid.
Got to drink the Kool-Aid, man.
Yeah, and then I'm having a birthday party in October, so hopefully they can make it up for that. And
I'll be
when
there.
Is your birthday? The 20
we're
something?
gonna have a party on the 22nd. So anybody
When
in
it-
Shine, October 22nd.
Okay.
Anybody from the Shine Talk community, man, y'all want to come and hang out? You know, it's gonna be a great drama-free night, bonfire, everybody sipping shine and eating more food than we should. You know, and we're just gonna have a good time. There's hotels within 3 minutes of the house, or I got enough room. People can pitch up a tent or pull you RV in or pull behind trailer. You know, everybody's welcome. So,
and I imagine there'll be a drop or two of liquor there.
Just a drop or two. I mean,
saying.
you could everybody could show up with nothing and still get as drunk as they want to be. But that ain't gonna happen. So
No.
it'd be a good time. So
yeah, mine's on the 13th of October.
well, shit, man, double party, bro. I didn't know you just wanted. I mean, my birthday is actually on the 11th.
Is it? Okay,
Well,
yeah, that's
damn.
what I was getting at. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like we
Shit.
need to do a combined party here, boys.
Hey, man, I'm down. So the real question is Sean going to show up?
Yes, sir. We'll be there.
All right. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Shit. So, yeah, man, I can't wait. It's going to be a good time. So hopefully I'll see you in a couple weeks, Judd. Let me I'm get that all squared away, and you know
Right
we're
on.
about 90% sure on coming up. And we've kept everybody on here for about an hour, and like I said, man, I'm honored that you joined us tonight. I know we had you planned in a couple weeks, so I'm glad you
Hey,
came
bro.
on early. And,
I'm here for you, man.
and you know, and maybe on the next show we'll talk about Pecker free liquor.
The only way to
I
go.
don't know who would drink liquor over Peckers.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
That's for the next time. That's going to be a good one. So, you know, I appreciate you joining us. I appreciate everybody listening. So,
Appreciate you having me on.
Oh, yeah.
yes, sir.
Hope chatting with
Anytime.
you boys.
Anytime, yeah, man. Anytime. We're always down to shoot the shit, have a drink. So,
Indeed.
hope everybody has a good night, man. And
Shine
we'll
on.
see you again next Sunday.
Right on, right on.
Shine on.
Do you?